Hello students, welcome back to commercial arithmetic class. So in today's video we'll continue with the compound interest problems. So the 16th problem is, if rupees 1761 amounts to rupees 2142 at compound interest in 5 years, then find the rate of interest. So in earlier classes we had seen how to find out amount, or if principal is missing, or if the period is missing. So today we'll see how to find out the rate of interest when other quantities are given. So here the principal is 1761 and amount is 2142. N is 5 years. So rate is unknown. So since amount is given, we will use the amount formula, which is easy. So we'll substitute the given values. So it will be 2142. This goes to the denominator. So 1000 divided by 1761 is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole raised to 5. So this is 1.2164. So now you want to find out this r, but there is a power 5. So to normalize this, so now we have to get rid of this whole raised to 5. So what we can do is, we can multiply both the sides by power 1 by 5. So this will be, so I have explained here, 1.2164 whole raised to 1 by 5 equal to, so this whole term whole raised to 1 by 5. So now this is of the form a raised to m whole raised to n, which will be a raised to m into n. So this 5 and this 5 will get cancelled. You will be remaining with 1 plus r by 100 equal to 1.2164 whole raised to 1 by 5. Or else, if you want to get rid of whatever power is there in right hand side, then in left hand side you have to take the reciprocal of it as the power. For example, if it is 3, then here you have to take 1 by 3 or cube root of that number. If it is 2, then you have to take the square root. So why we have to take the explanation is here. So now we got 1.2164 whole raised to 1 by 5 equal to 1 plus r by 100. So now we have to find this term. If it was a whole number like 2, 3, 4, then we could have easily done in calculators. But here there is the power is in the terms of fractions or decimals. So for this you have to use log. So how you have to do is, so whatever answer you will get, let us take it as x. So x is equal to 1.2164 whole raised to 1 by 5. So you have already studied log. So I hope I don't have to explain in detail. So go through the log steps, even though I have written here the steps. So you try to solve it using log. It will be a practice for you guys. So it is very easy. You have to find log of 1.2164. divide it by 5, then take antilog of that term, you will get the answer. If not, you can use a shortcut method in your calculators. So what is that? First type whatever number is there in the base, that is 1.2164, then press square root symbol 12 times. So whatever answer you will get, from that subtract 1, then multiply with 0.2. Why 0.2 it is? Because the power is 1 by 5. So 1 by 5 is nothing but 0.2. So multiply with the power, then add 1 to the answer, and then press multiplication and equal to sign 12 times. You will get the answer as 0.03995. If you are solving it with log, you are getting 1.04, which is very approximate to this value. So I have explained both the methods, even though I didn't wanted to explain the shortcut, but it will be easy for calculations. but in your examinations you can use any of the method, either by log or by shortcut. But for your third semester exams, you can't use the shortcut method. You have to solve your log problems using logarithm tables. So now we got 0.103995 equal to 1 plus r by 100. Then at the further is just simple calculations. So this one will go to left hand side, it will be minus 1 equal to r by 100. So this will go to left hand side, it will become multiplication. So it is r equal to 0.03995 into 100, so which is 3.995, or approximately r is 4% per annum compound interest. So here you can see we will get, if you subtract by 1, it is 0.04 into 100 is 4. Therefore we got the same answer. So r is 4% per annum compound interest. So the next question is, at what rate percent of compound interest will rupees 450 amounts to rupees 520.90 in 3 years? So here again principal is given, amount is given, year is given, you have to find out rate. So follow the similar steps and verify your answer. The rate should be 5% per annum compound interest. So here this is your principal, this is your amount, and this is your n. You guys try this problem. So the 18th problem is, at what rate of compound interest rupees 960 earned rupees 240 as interest in 13 years? So in this problem again rate is asked, n is given, which is 13 years, but the only difference from the previous problem is, here they have given principal as 960, but here 240 is not your amount, but it is your compound interest. They have given interest. So please read the question properly before you start solving what is given and what has to be done. So if you're taking this as principal or this as amount, if you interchange the terms, then definitely you'll end up with wrong answers. So please check what is given and then solve. So here they have clearly mentioned at what rate of compound interest rupees 960 earn rupees 240 as interest. So this is your interest. So you can solve this by two methods. One is you can find out amount first. So here P is 960 and compound interest is 240, N is 13 years. We know that amount is nothing but principal plus interest. Therefore we'll find out amount first. Principal is 960, then interest is 240, therefore amount is 1200. Now you can substitute amount terms in the formula of amount and simplify. So this simplification is same like previous problem. Go through this. And now here I have solved using compound interest formula. So they have given compound interest as 240, principal is given, so I have substituted everything and the same procedure is followed. You can go through that. Again you will get the same answer. So if you are convenient with solving by using the problem of amount formula, then you can go with that, or else you can solve by substituting compound interest formula. Again you will get the same answer. The 19th problem is, at what rate percent compound interest a sum of money doubles itself in 12 years? So we had solved one problem where they had given a sum of money doubles itself, but their period was unknown and rate of interest was given. Now here rate of interest is asked. So we will assume the principal to be 100 rupees, then amount will be 200 rupees, and n is given as 12. So we have to find out rate. So we'll use the formula for amount. We'll substitute the given terms. So we got 2 equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole raised to 12. So you want to find out r, and there is a power 12. So what you have to do, on the other side you have to multiply with power 1 by 12. Now you have to find out 2 raised to 1 by 12. So either you can go for logarithm method or the shortcut method that I have explained. So you will get it as 1.0595. So that is equal to 1 plus r by 100. Therefore your r will be 5.946 or approximately 6% per annum compound interest. So for 12 years the rate should be 6%, so that a sum of money doubles itself. So the 20th problem is, if a sum of money doubles itself at a certain rate of percent of compound interest in 15 years, how long will it take to triple itself at the same rate of interest? So here in this question, initially they have given, so at certain rate of interest a sum of money doubles itself in 15 years. Then later with the same rate of interest we have to calculate for what time the same amount triples itself. So here first we have to find out rate in this case, and then you have to find out n by using this same rate of interest. So first we will assume the principal to be 100 rupees, then amount will be 200 rupees because they have given doubles itself. So n is 15 years, we will find out rate. So using amount formula and by solving similar steps, here the power is 15, so this side it will be 1 by 15. So 2 raised to 1 by 15 is equal to 1 plus r by 100. So 2 raised to 1 by 15 is 1.0473. Therefore rate is approximately 4.73. If this was your final answer, you could approximate it as 5% per annum compound interest, but further we have to find out other quantity, so we'll keep it as 4.73 itself. So now let p be 100. So we are taking the same principal 100. Then here in this case amount will be 300 because they have asked triple, so 3 times of itself. And now rate is 4.73, which we have found out. Now they have asked how long will it take, so it is period. So we'll find out n. So substitute in amount formula all the given terms. So it will be 3 equal to 1.0473 whole raised to n. You have to find out this n. So take log. So log 3 equal to n into log of 1.0473. Simplify, you will get n as 24 years, or else multiply 1.0473 24 times, you will get the answer as 3. So n will be 24 years. So the 21st problem is, the difference between simple interest and compound interest on a certain sum for 2 years at 4% per annum is 32. Then find the sum. So these are the important problems. So they have given the difference between compound interest and simple interest on certain sum is 32 when n is 2 and rate of interest is 4%. You have to find out the sum, or p. So now let us assume the sum to be p. So by using the formula of simple interest, we know simple interest is PNR by 100. So we will substitute p as nothing but p. Then n is 2, rate of interest is 4. So it will be 8p by 100 or 0.08p. Now compound interest, we'll find it out. So write the formula of compound interest. Here again the sum is same and r is 4. So when you simplify, we will get it as 0.0816p. Here we are taking the formula of interest because they have given the difference between simple interest and compound interest. If they are given the difference between the amounts of simple interest and compound interest, then you should have taken the formula of amount. So here they have given the difference between the interest, so we are finding out by using the interest formula. So now they have given compound interest minus simple interest is 32. So we have found compound interest, we have found simple interest. We will substitute it. So it is 0.0816p minus 0.08p equal to 32. So you want this p, therefore it will be 32 divided by 0.0016. Therefore p is 20,000 rupees. So the 22nd problem is, A lends B a sum of rupees 2,400 partly at 5% per annum simple interest and partly at 6% per annum compound interest. If at the end of 2 years A receives rupees 160 as simple interest, find the compound interest received by him. So in this question they have given there is a person A, he is lending some money to B such that he has 2,400. In that some amount he is giving it at 5% rate of interest in simple interest, and the remaining amount he will be giving at 6% per annum compound interest. So they have given the period, which is 2 years, and after 2 years he receives 160 as interest from simple interest. But now you have to find out what is the interest he gets with compound interest. So we don't know the sum, so let us assume the sum lent at 5% per annum simple interest to be x. Therefore the sum lent at 6% per annum compound interest will be obviously the remaining amount, which is 2,400 minus x. So they have already given simple interest as 160 rupees. So we will substitute it in the formula of simple interest. So it will be 160, which is the simple interest itself, equal to our p is x, we have taken the sum to be x, n is 2 and rate is 5%. So we can find out this x unknown term because that is the only unknown term over there. So it is 1,600 equal to 10x. So this 100 goes to left hand side, it will be 16,000. Therefore x is 1,600 rupees. So we have found x. Now we can find the sum. So it is 2,400 minus x, that is 1,600. We will get it as 800 rupees. Therefore compound interest will be p into 1 plus r by 100 whole raised to n minus n. So in this formula substitute the given terms. P is 800, here rate we have to take it as 6%, n is 2. So simplify, this is the simple simplification that we have solved. So we will get compound interest as 98.88 rupees or approximately 199 rupees. So this should be 99. So we have solved general problems of compound interest as well. With this we complete compound interest problems. In the next class we will see the next concept of this chapter, that is when the rates are varying, how to calculate compound interest. So for today that's it. Thank you.